Hello and welcome to Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. I wasn't going to record this week. It's like Monday night and I just got home and it's been daylight savings and so it's like really dark. I mean, it's like, what is that noise? I don't even know. It's like 7 o'clock. So it would already have been dark at 7 o'clock, whether it was daylight savings or not, but like it's very dark. And I don't usually record when it's dark here in the skylight because the light's not as good. But I actually did a lot this week and I was like, well, if I wait another week then I'll have just like way too much. Also, I'm moving next week, so that's like kind of a crazy week. So I figured I would just like pop in here and just like talk as I do, because that's what I do on this channel. So yeah, I had a busy last week, but like I did a lot of knitting. So, and a lot of spinning actually. So I kind of wanted to share that. Yeah, it's been a little crazy. As always, I have a little cold. I think my body finally caught up with me. You know how like sometimes your body will just like crash when all the like big things are done? Yeah, all the big things were done on like Thursday night, and like on Friday I started to go down, and here I am on Monday. I haven't like, this isn't like a terrible illness, and just like, you know, taking some Dayquil and like, you know, knocked myself out every night with some NyQuil and done neti pot every day, and I feel okay. I'm just like not running, which is kind of nice. It's nice to have a break from running in the mornings because I get to do more creative stuff like knitting. And I think I needed a little bit of that. So that's good. Yeah. And oh yeah, my mind is like all over the place with creativity stuff. I've just been trying to like write more of it down because it kind of just like rattles around in there and there's like not enough time in the day. So I need to just kind of like maybe like try to calm it down a little bit and do like one thing at a time. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not great at that, but I'm thinking I should be better at it. So what have I been working on? I've been working on my super simple again, still. It's still not done. It will be done. It's getting closer to done. Someone should write a parody of Closer to Fine. You know, the Indigo Girl song, Closer I Am to Fine. Can you believe I sing professionally? I can't sometimes. I'm sick. So, the closer to done. I'm closer to done than I was. Look, I almost have a whole sleeve. Actually, this probably is basically a whole sleeve. I haven't tried it on, but I think it's like basically a sleeve right now. I think I'm gonna, whatever this last purple stripe is gonna be the last stripe. So yeah, I'm like almost there, honestly. I mean, the sleeve, it goes in on these little short circs. I mean, it takes like no time at all. And yeah, so I did a lot of this sleeve yesterday. Yesterday I went to meet my friend Willie at a coffee shop for a couple hours to just catch up and have some tea. Really nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Oh, it was so lovely after church. And I zoomed on this sleeve. I got most of it done. This is like the rest of the sweater is like the work of an afternoon. I just have to like sit down and decide that that's what I'm gonna do. Which I don't, because this is my like vanilla thing that I just bring around with me. So once again, if you're new here, this is Wool Dreamer Sauna in Natural and Fratelli, which is the purple. You can get it at the Woolly Thistle. It's half wool, half cotton. It's very economical. It's like $6.95 for 50 grams. And you get a lot of yards on that 50-gram ball. I know Caitlin from the Woolly Thistle made a tank top with it. And it was Caitlin, yeah. Yeah, it was Caitlin. And it's really cute. And it's definitely like comfortable for summer because it's wool and cotton. I modified the super simple summer sweater to be knitted at like a slightly tighter gauge, 20 stitches over 4 inches instead of 17 and a half or whatever it is, 17, because this is a lighter weight. And I think it's great. It's like a classic shape. It's a circular yoke, big wide stripes, very nautical. But I kind of think the color is really interesting. I don't have anything like it. So I'm trying to do things for myself, like be intentional about my knitting and like make things that are like not like anything else I have and expand my wardrobe in that way. So there's so far, there's my sweater. It's getting there. The cal ended so long ago. I'm not prize eligible, so it doesn't really matter, but like, yeah. It's fun. I'm gonna link this in the show notes, the pattern for sure, but also the yarn and my affiliate link for the Woolly Thistle, so you can get it if you want. I'm trying to keep this short because I am a little hoarse, as you can probably tell. But this is the Lapwing sweater by Marie Wallen, which is not heavily edited, but I did add steeks. I did it in the round fully. So like I knitted it in the round up to the armholes, made 2 armhole steeks. I did a little bit of an X steek, not enough. I don't really like the way it is, but that's my fault. Should have done more of a crew neck. I did the sleeves also bottom up and I set them in. Completely lucky that, extremely fortuitous that they fit perfectly into the arm size, because honestly, I don't think I did a great job measuring that. It was just really lucky. I never, ever do that now. I always like knit the body and then I pick up the stitches around the armhole and the arm side and then I knit this way, just because it's like much easier. But if you do it this way, you can use the sleeves as a swatch. The only reason I wouldn't do that in the future is if I were like setting in the sleeve and it was much more shaped and there was like a steek on the sleeve because the cap was shaped and it was gonna like set into a cap here, then I would do it bottom up, because obviously then you have to make the steek, and I think I might do that for my next all over Fair Isle. We'll see if I'm brave enough. I'm gonna use just like Marie Wallen pattern to do it, just not do it flat, like add steeks instead. I'm pretty sure I can do it. It's just gonna be, it's gonna be a mental, just to get the pattern, like, just on to translate it into English with steeks. Like, it's just gonna be hard. It's in English for reference I'm not translating it from another language. It's just like she does it flat, and so like, and her charts have all these symbols instead of colors, which is hard on the brain. So I might just use my own charts and just use her shape. I don't know, but regardless, Marie Wallen's a great designer. She just doesn't use very many steeks, so it's a good mental challenge for me to like add them, because I really have no interest in purling and color work. Someone's having fun outside. I can hear laughter. Anyway, there's that. More knitting. Yes. More knitting. Here we go. I cast on a new sweater. This is the Macaron cardi, which is a free pattern from Espace Tricot. There it is. It's hard to see fully because it's a cardigan. I never knit cardigans flat, but I'm knitting this flat. Look at that. A little wool mohair moment here. I haven't done that in a while. So this is a Macaron cardi. Knitted in. You can see that that's how much I've done. I just split the sleeves off. It's knitted in green wool and green mohair. The yarn, they're both yarns, but this green yarn is Mad Tosh, Euro Sock, and Boom Slang. And then this yarn, which is almost on the first ball, this is the Webs mohair. So I will link it in the show notes and tell you what the color name is, because the ball band is not on it. But there are 5 more balls downstairs. So it should say. But yeah, they're just like an emerald, a very emeraldy green, and then this kind of like darker, like bluer green. And I do love the kind of emerald halo that it has. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan. I'm kind of doing this to practice my purling, but also, it's not like anything else I have in my wardrobe, because I have so many pullovers and these woolen mohair things. I just don't have cardigans. And so when I knit these Espace Tricot patterns, they're free, but most of them have this thing in common where the bodies are quite boxy. This one is no exception. Melissa Clulau is the one who started. She used to own Espace Tricot with Lisa, but now they've sold it to Stephanie and Naomi. And Naomi designed this pattern, which is the Macaron cardi, which again is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's linked in the show notes. But the bodies are quite boxy, and the way they achieve that is by doing more increases on the body than they do on the sleeves. I only do half the extra body increases. Like, instead of every 4 rounds doing an extra body increase, I do that every 8 rounds, or rows, because this is back and forth, which makes it a little less boxy. It's still boxy, but it's less boxy. So I think that usually, that's what I did with my classic, when I did the classic about 1.5 years ago. And I liked the way that excuse me. I liked the way that was. So yeah, I knitted this. I started it on Thursday. Maggie wants to knit this, or has just started knitting this, and so I cast it on too, just to be like, okay, well, because she also didn't want it quite so boxy, so I was like, well, edit this down so it's like a little bit less big, and then I like made some errors in the like retyping, and she freaked out, but that was fine. We fixed it. And so I just wanted to get past the yoke so that I could make sure that if she was like working on it she's in Australia on vacation, so that if she was like freaking out about something, I would be able to answer the question because I would know where, like, to what she was referring. So I finished the yoke, and now I'm just kind of back and forth stockinetting on the body until it's long as I want. We'll see. The pattern is quite cropped. Like, you're only supposed to knit like 6.5 inches past the yoke for my size, but mine will probably be like double that, just because I have 6 balls of this mohair and 300 gram skeins of this Mad Tosh Euro sock, which I love. And I'm like, let's just make it a like cozier, longer cardigan. I have the yarn. Let's just do that. So it's just I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not hating the purling. I've managed a whole yoke purling back. I'm kind of trying to trick myself into hating purling less because I would like to make more cardigans that involve purling, especially like the big cabled ones and stuff. So I'm doing okay. I don't hate this. I don't hate it. And there's a lot to be said for that. You know, there is. I'm very proud of myself. I'm not rolling out. Like, my knits and purls it doesn't look weird. So, you know, purling is just about practice, and I just don't like it, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it on this. So, you know, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a really nice piece to wear. Monica keeps telling me I'm in a big green phase right now. Everything I'm working on is green. It's kind of true. Oh, there's those little stitch markers I got. I forgot about those. Cute little stitch markers I got from Frederick Fiberfest are still in here. Okay. Now, let's talk about this coffee cup cozies. I have to pause this for a second because I have to go get the ones that are sitting outside. And my neighbors are actually just sitting out there like enjoying the night, which is nice. It's actually really nice outside. It's not super cold. So I'm glad that they're enjoying themselves. Okay, so the mug cozies. I made a bunch more. Not too many more, but I made a couple more. And I'm like really enjoying doing this as kind of like a little, just like trying out color palettes. So like last week, Monica and I were like looking at my Shetland stash and making swatches or not making swatches, but like trying to choose color palettes. This is really hard to see because of the light. But it's kind of like a goat's horn rose. I can't like get rid of the light. Oh, there you go. I can kind of see it now. I don't know. But yeah, you can see the shape. It's just that the colors themselves are kind of hard to see. This one has like changing background colors as well as the foreground colors. And this was kind of like a sweater palette I was trying out, and I think it's a little too aggressive. So I don't think I'm going to do this on a sweater, but I do like it, and I think it was fun to try, and it's now useful. I can put this on a little cup, like a to-go cup, and then I can have like on my Starbucks red cup when I get the reusable one, and I can not burn my hand when I drink my tea. And then I made this one, which is a lot easier to see because it's higher contrast. All of these are just made with my Shetland jumper weight stash, and the book Selbu Mittens, which I talked about last week. So if you want to know more about it, you can watch last week's video. And I've decided to publish some of these. So I'm going to chart some of these up, like 3 or 4 charts, and I'm going to publish them. You can buy them on Ravelry. Probably not today, but like within the next few days. By next week, let's say by next week. And I just think this is the most fun way to swatch. It's so easy, and it takes like no yarn, and it's useful. So this one has, again, like lots of things are like not perfect. Like there's 2 different smoky blues here, and you really can't tell the difference. Like you can see the navy, you can see this periwinkle, which is actually the same color as this. This is knitted in Jameson Smith 2-ply. I think the periwinkle is like color 141, and then the blue is just 1A. My Ravelry page is linked in the show notes. But yeah, this is 2 different blues, and you can hardly tell. And then obviously the pink. So I'll chart them out. I each one uses 5 foreground colors and 1 background. This one, of course, 1, 2, 3. This had 6 and 3, 6 foreground and 3 background, which again is hard to see, but I can kind of hold it up close so you can really see the difference. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's just 5. 1, 2. Oh no, there's another one. Yeah. This is like 3 different blues, which is these like within this span, there's 3 different blues, which is just like too many. I should have just done 1 row of the hot pink, but you live and you learn. You can make hats too. I used to do that, but like that takes a lot more yarn. So, or more time, both, but they're maybe a more useful gift. Anyway, that's been fun. I'm knitting another one now with a cone of frangipani. I lost this other cone, like it's somewhere in the house. I just cannot find it. And this is serving as my swatch for a Guernsey I'm about to knit for my music teacher, Mark, who's about to retire. So this is my swatch so far. Oh, wow. That texture is so obvious in this 5-ply yarn. It really pops out. I'm just doing like a 2x2 checkerboard here just to test the knits and purls texture. And I like it. I actually really like working with the yarn. I'm using a size 2.5 needle and I think it's good. I'm enjoying it. This is the book that I'm using to design the sweater. There's other books you can get, and I might actually use other books as well. But these are like 82 full patterns are in here. I'm not going to use any one specific pattern. I'm going to make a pattern up based on ones that Mark likes. And yeah, there's like diagrams and there's like charts and there's pictures. It's really quite comprehensive. I mean, it's hard to see that, but you can see that. All the photos are in black and white, but it's nice. And they'll tell you like sometimes the, you know, the things, the little, you know, designs have meanings and things like that. And it's really cool. There's other books too. The Ray Compton book I have as well. The complete Guernsey Jersey book. I'll probably use that as well as part of this design. But yep, this is my my swatch, and this is what I'm gonna knit for Mark. Yeah, we'll see what ends up being the one I make. I don't know. It'll be super bespoke. But this is, you can follow the journey of me knitting this Guernsey, Jersey, whatever you want to call it. You know, the next few months probably will take. Yeah, I'm excited to give it to him. So yeah, I have been knitting quite a lot actually, despite being really busy. Helps to be a little sick and just not being really able to leave too much because you can kind of have some time to knit. So yeah. So spinning. Yeah, again, like I said, I am actually gonna make this short because my voice is tired. But I finished the skein I was working on for Rhinebeck and it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's 6 ounces, so it's a real chunker. There's 669 yards on this. It is a big girl. She's 6 ounces of squish. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's just... so I'm really excited. I think I'm going to knit color work with this. With that like BFL silk that I got, that's 8 ounces of BFL silk. I'd like to knit like an all over color work, like t-shirt situation. Maybe with sleeves if I have enough, but we'll see. Here's the thing. This bleeds a lot. Like I washed this and a lot of color came out. So I need to find a way to make this color fast. So if you have experience with this, let me know. Here's what my instinct says to do. My instinct says, put this in a pot on the stove and heat it up slowly like you would if you were dyeing yarn. And then when it starts to simmer, because the dye will come out, it'll bleed. And then when it starts to simmer, put a mordant in, like put more citric acid in there and let it soak it up. And then maybe it will be more color fast. If someone has experience with this, please let me know. Seriously, like how do you make this? Because color catchers don't always work. And I don't want to like steam block a garment. I just don't. I want to wet block my garments. So if you think it can't work, let me know, because then I will not use this for color work. But I would love to use this for color work, because look at it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I am so pleased with it. It's like, so please let me know, spinners, in the comments if you have helpful hints. If you know anyone who does, ask them. I need to find out. I think I'm going to try that regardless. I don't think I'm going to felt it if I do that. I'm pretty good at not felting stuff, but I'm smelling it because it smells like jasmine wall wash. It smells really good. But yeah, I would like to be able to knit color work with this without it bleeding. So I need to make it more color fast. Okay, and I spun another skein. This weekend, I spun a 3-ply. I had a braid. I probably showed it last week because Corrine had it and she was getting rid of it at Rhinebeck, and I was like, I'll take that. It was a glitter braid. You can sort of see the sparkly filaments, not super well. It's more obvious if you get close, but they're actually pretty subtle. So this was just like pinks and purples and reds. And this is not washed, but I did a 3-ply and it's about 250 yards. I actually really like it. It's really funky. I might make a yoke with it. Like, I don't know. Some kind of, I mean, it could just be on its own, but if you go with like a worsted weight and like a yoke, it would be good for like a little girl, like a baby. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I like this. I actually really like doing 3-plies. I'm thinking of doing a chain ply tonight of this like bobbin I have like, I was going to do 2 plies, but I have 8 ounces of this green fiber. I showed it a while ago, probably. It's coop worth. I do know that now. But it's roving. It's really, really, really roving. It's woolen prep. And I spin worsted. But next year, one of my like intentions is to learn how to spin woolen, because I have so many control issues with spinning. Like, I have an issue with like needing to be too much in control when I'm spinning. I know that. And I would like to just like chill out a little bit and like trust my instincts more and like learn to do woolen. I would love to do that, to let go, literally, because that's how you make woolen. If you don't spin, like, woolen is long draw, so you like you let the twist in instead of keeping the twist out, which is letting it in little by little and smoothing everything down, which is what you do in your worsted spinning, which is what I do. Short forward, inchworm draft. So like this, like you draw it out and then you let it go, and then you draw it out and you let it go. So I have another 4 ounces of this, and I'm thinking of like chain plying the one I have, the bobbin I have, the 4 ounce bobbin I have, and then doing woolen with the other 4 ounces I have, and then maybe comparing them. That'd be kind of fun. I'm just saving this Coopworth roving until I'm ready to do long draw, because it wasn't expensive, and it's like, you should just practice with woolen spun, you know. So yeah, I'm excited about that, but I'm not showing you that because it's not here. But I do have one more spin that I'm working on. This is a Corriedale that was started black and white. I probably showed it. It started black and white, and I dyed it purples and blues. So there's like, you can sort of see, obviously some of it's just black, but there's some purple, there's some blue, there's some glitter fiber. It's all sorts of shades. I'm just now pre-drafting to attenuate it a little bit. But yeah, so it's murky. I knew it would be a murky spin because there's a lot of this. It's very dark brown. So there's purple, there's even darker purple. There's some lighter purple, there's some bluish. Yeah, it just goes through an interesting variety of colors. So right now I'm about to get to this blue section, which is exciting. This, and hold up Louise here, this is what it looks like so far. Oh, you can sort of see that. There you go. So you can see it's quite dark and murky. I have 6 ounces of this, and I'm actually thinking of knitting a hap with it. I knitted a Hansel hap a couple years ago, and I really like it, and I want to knit an even bigger one. And I would like to do the main color like this or something. It would be really fun. So, excuse me. I don't have that many shawls, but I actually do wrap up in them at work. So I'm kind of like looking for more shawl patterns. more excuses to knit shawls, more, like, I'm such a sweater knitter that, like, everything I have, I was kind of like, it's not necessarily earmarked for sweaters, but like it kind of is, because I find it hard to cope with the idea of not making a sweater with some of the yarn I have. So like, yeah, what if I made a big hap with this? That would be fun. I don't know. There's 6 ounces. It could also be color work, the color work of an all over sweater. Like, my mind jumps to Pharaoh so fast when I'm planning knitting. So I'm trying to branch out. There's so much yarn in the world, and you can just spin more of it. Like, I can just spin more of this. I can get more black and white Corriedale and dye it the same colors and spin more of it if I really like it. Who's stopping me, right? It's kind of the motto of my life, is who's stopping me with creative stuff? No one. I am stopping me. I'm the only person, because I'm busy to do other things. I'm sure everybody feels that way, but I am trying to make some more time for crafting, especially once we move. And yeah, it's just like more space, more time. I don't know. I tell myself that. I'm actually gonna have to hold myself to it. But this is a really beautiful piece of fiber that is gonna be a 2-ply, probably about a sport weight, and I'm excited. Oh, Corriedale is so bouncy. I love spinning Corriedale. I have 2 Corriedale spins going right now because my other spin on Thelma. Thelma's upstairs because we had a lot of people here recently. So I haven't used Thelma in like a week, but there's a Corriedale spin on Thelma right now to a Joan Arbin Yarnadelic and Of My Hands, which is like a really beautiful bright teal. So that's fun. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of my energy the knitting energy the past week has actually gone into these. I love them so much. It's hard to like avoid sitting at home and just knitting more coffee sleeves all the time. But we must press on with some of these projects and whips. So yeah, let's see. I'm happy with my green cardigan. I'm really happy with that. Yeah. But this is short again. I don't have much of a voice tonight. But I wanted to pop in and say hi. And then I am working on lots of stuff. So next week, what am I going to do? I don't know if I'll probably record next week. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully, I have the swatch for this Guernsey done. Maybe I'll even have started it. Maybe I'll have this spin done. Maybe I'll have a chain plied Coopworth skein to show you. Hopefully I'll have some progress on this. And hopefully I'll have some progress on the green cardigan. This also maybe the cabled green cardigan, which I keep saying I'm going to work on and then I don't. One day I'll get there. Oh, also my cute Harris Tweed project pouch. I got this at Wool and Folk. Wool and Folk was a bit of a expletive storm, as I'm sure you've heard if you're on social media at all. But I was lucky to find Harris Tweed pouches that I loved, and I got this cute little Notions pouch. It's not big enough to be my real Notions pouch, but it's big enough to be the small one that just has like tape measure, scissors, and like tapestry needles and like stitch markers and stitch stop, like a few little things that I can just throw into a bag, and I just love it. So I'm pleased. Oh, so I'm gonna go make some tea and probably do some chain plying just for fun. I don't know, but thank you for watching. This has been Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. Bye.